This is hot off the presses here, only out for about the last 2 hours. This is the first look at the RSI Galaxy. Let us check it out.
As always, in the week leading up to YAE, we get an early look at some of the things that CIG are planning for the event through the PTU patch. And in this case, I'm going to be taking a look at the new large RSI ship, currently thought to be called the Galaxy. Now, the Galaxy is a very large ship. It's a sub-capital, being 115 meters long, 60 meters wide, and 20 meters tall. To put that into comparison, there's a hammerhead. If you've seen a hammerhead, that gives you an idea. If you haven't seen a hammerhead, go to Lawville in Hurston and go to the ship sales place. They've got one on the landing pad right there that you can walk around in and take a look at. So, it's a big ship. Now, I'm going to be comparing this to the Carrack quite a lot, and it will make sense as I go on here. I would have used the Carrack for that comparison. I do apologise. I had some issues getting it imported, so that's why I didn't use it here. Now, let's take a look at the ship from the outside. Here at the top, towards the mid, we have the cockpit.
Spicy.
Or more of a bridge, I suppose, in this case. Offers great upwards, sideways, and forwards visibility, although landing it is going to be a bit of a bitch. There are some speculations along the top here that there will be some sort of hangar. There are a couple of places, such as here, and potentially here as well, that a hangar would fit. Now, if this is if it is going to be a hangar, it's going to be an extra small, which is what the Carrack has. So you could maybe fit like a Pisces or a P-52 in there. Don't expect to be carrying like an Aurora or something like that. Moving back towards the back of the ship, we have 4 rather large thrusters and a big square back. I'm going to come on to that later. And, oh, lost it. There we go. We take a look at the underside. Along the underside, moving from the back forwards, we have what looks to be a cargo ramp, a pretty big cargo ramp. Now, based on the leaks by default, this only has 32 SCU of cargo. Again, I will come on to that, but that's what that cargo ramp appears to be. It's either going to be for a small amount of cargo or potentially for a bike, like a Nox or a Dragonfly. Along the bottom, we also have very, very large
I really like the look.
Thrusters, so atmospheric flight capability of this is going to be pretty good for a large ship. That being said, it's still a large ship. It's going to fly like a brick through treacle, or molasses if you're from the other side of the pond. In terms of weaponry, we have, if I just move to the front here, 3 remote turrets, one on either side and one on the nose. Now, depending on how much these can pivot, this is going to have actually some really good coverage, especially in the up, down, left, right, and forward. I've lost it again. And forward firing arcs. However, rear firing is going to be a problem. That is only going to come down that way. And if we look at it from the top here, again, the engines get in the way, so you're not going to have great coverage if you're trying to escape. Do keep that in mind. With that being said, these aren't small guns. This is a size 4 Gatling. Now, Gatlings are shorter than cannons, so don't just look at the barrel length here. You want to be looking at the main body of the weapon, which, as you can see, is a lot smaller on this size 4. This is an orthographic view, by the way, not perspective, so there's no perspective view skew.
What's up, Ash? Good to see you, bud.
Which makes me think these are size 5s. I don't think they're size 6s. They're not big enough to be size 6s, but 6 size 5 weapons coming straight at you is nothing to sniff at. And obviously,
I really like this. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are digging this. I have to say, I'm really digging the style of this. Just the overall vibe on this is pretty spicy for me. I definitely like this.
This ship will, of course, come with a plethora of missiles, although I'm yet to figure out exactly where those missiles
Oz really likes it.
Now, I did say I was going to come onto that block a bit
Ostentatious is almost
the rear,
there.
so if I just grab this aft section here, You may have noticed on the left-hand side here, this
I like
ship
what
is
this
in the
dude's
game
doing.
files as mid-modular.
What's
And that's
up,
because
Cash?
this
Long
ship
time no
is
see, brother.
completely modular.
Good to see you here, man.
Now, side note, it says mid-modular, which makes me think there's a smaller modular ship, which might just be the Tally, and a bigger
Cougar's
modular
not
ship.
too hot
which
on it.
might just be
Hammer's
the
not too
Endeavour.
hot on it.
Who knows?
Hammer's like,
So this is what appears to be
I
the
like
modular
it. I think
section
it's
of the
pretty
ship.
spicy.
And you can see it takes up a pretty large amount. It's about a third of the ship, actually. It's taken up by this modular section. We can see we've got 2 corridors here to get in and out, which would suggest this is a 3-tier ship, much in the same way as the Carrack. Now, thanks to the SC Leaks Discord, we know of potentially 3 modules that this ship can have. The first is a cargo module, which is slated to have 512 SCU of cargo, which would explain why it's only got 32 normally. The second is a medical module, which makes this basically a smaller version of the Endeavour Hope. And the third is, I believe it's a refining module, which makes this a really good support ship for your mining expeditions. What I would love to see, and what I'm hoping they add, is an exploration module.
Cash
kind
is
of
at
like
an
the
inflection
600i
point with
has.
Star Citizen.
Because this is a Carrack-sized ship, and by extension, an Odyssey-sized ship. And the Carrack is something unto itself, or at least it was until the Odyssey came along.
See,
We don't have
here's
any...
what I think of RSI. Like, interesting that you say this because, you know, like I said, I feel like most Origins look like flying bananas. So I'm not really down with Origin. The 890 for me though is a great ship. I do like the 890 as the exception to the Origin lineup. But when I would like compare it with something similar onto the lines of it, I generally think RSI. And RSI to me has a lot more style than Origin ever did. In fact, the old Origin 300 style that I love so much kind of reflects more of an RSI styling to me, you know. Crusader, I love Crusader as well.
anything else in that space. We don't have anything from RSI or Crusader.
Oh wow,
or anything
Cash
like
is
that.
saying he's going to sell his
This
fleet up.
ship, especially with its modularity,
You gonna
has the
sell it in
potential
chat,
to
Cash?
be that quote unquote Carrack killer. I just did air quotes there, and none of you can see me doing it. I don't know why. So I'm kind of hoping that they do add that in, because it would be interesting to see another alternative to the Carrack. The Carrack is a fantastic ship. It is.
RSI
There's
came
a
out with
reason
the
it
first
keeps
drive
winning
as well, didn't they?
the ship show.
Or was it Origin? I think it was RSI.
A king needs a pretender. Let this be the pretender, CIG. Now, with that being said, based on its size and based on the fact that it is a potential
You want a
Carrack
direct
competitor,
message, Cash, if
this
you want to
isn't gonna
buy
be
some
cheap.
ships at a good deal.
This, I reckon, is going to be around about the £700 mark.
Yeah, I think it was
Or
RSI.
$700 mark, sorry. Because that gives people the ability to CC you from the Carrack, if they prefer it. It gives people the ability to CC you from the Odyssey, I believe, if they prefer to switch to this from the Odyssey. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave any thoughts down below. Do
I
you
like
think
it.
this is a new
think it's
competitor to
spicy.
the Carrack? Do you think this brings things to the table that the Carrack and the Odyssey don't? Do you think there are things that the
I don't know
Carrack
if
and the
I'd
Odyssey
say that it
do
would be
better
like a
than
Carrack
this ship?
competitor.
What does the modularity add? Do you think that extra flexibility gives it the edge over the others? Leave your thoughts down below. I want to start a discussion on this before we get the real answers from CIG. I'm genuinely curious to see what ideas you guys have. Thanks for watching.
My
I'll catch
opinion, I
y'all
think the
next
Carrack's a little bit better than that, but honestly, I love it. I think it's very spicy. Who is this dude? This is nice. I like what he did here. I liked how he presented it. Good talking points. This guy's name is Robot Spartan. Let me post this in here. I think that's pretty nice the way he presented that. I'm going to put that in there. Go tell him DG360 sent you. Give him some love. That's what we do on the channel. Probably put this out later tonight after I post the Inside Star Citizen review. But I think the style of it's pretty spicy.